Solar eclipses have been known to cause excitement and happiness, at least for most of us. Have you ever thought about how the solar eclipse might impact our furry friends? The answer might surprise you.
Solar eclipses are impactful for both humans and animals. If you paid attention during the 2016 solar eclipse, you may have noticed a small change in animal behavior. There have been reports of bugs going silent and wild animals starting their nighttime routines. However, for our dogs and cats at home, the shift will be minimal.
Most animals will probably be unfazed by it. I think at most they'll be a little bit confused.
Veterinarian Joy Neely with Animal Medical Center in Tyler says the cats will remain largely unbothered, while dogs may take more of a notice. Some dogs may even become clingier than normal and need some extra reassurance.
I think they would be more clingy to you, sticking to your leg if you're home, maybe a little vocalizing or whining, going to their food bowl. More behavioral differences is what you'll see. I don't think animals are gonna go crazy and pant and run around the house or anything like that.
According to Dr. Neely, it's unlikely that your pet will look directly at the sun, so you don't need to get lucky here in the eclipse glasses. But if you're a particularly worried pet parent, there are a few things you can do.
Keeping your pet inside will negate most impacts your pet may experience. But if your dog or cat does have some anxiety, some treats and extra love will go a long way to help.
If you have an animal that does have storm phobias and are sensitive to weather changes, some are very in tune with that, a thunder shirt is always a good idea.
However, any anxiety or confusion your pet does feel should pass quickly once the sun returns. And most pets will have minimal reactions, but their wild counterparts may have more substantial impacts.
When the total solar eclipse happens, for a brief moment, they'll start to experience what basically is the sun setting, right? So they'll get ready for their nocturnal activities to become more active. They might start to come out of their hiding spots.
There are two reactions in wild animals. This depends on if they are diurnal and active during the day or nocturnal and awake at night. Diurnal animals may become silent and move toward their dens, and nocturnal animals may start to become more active. This phenomenon is most pronounced in light-sensitive creatures like birds and insects.
Like crickets, you'll hear quite often at night, you'll hear the chirping, so same thing with during the total solar eclipse, you'll probably hear some of that activity as well.
This reaction is caused by a small offsetting in the animal's circadian rhythm. Wild animals are sensitive to changes in light, and the lack of sunlight briefly tricks their brain into thinking night is approaching. This light sensitivity is much more pronounced in birds and insects than it is in cats and dogs.
Dogs and cats have been domesticated and they're very routine oriented, whereas farm animals and chickens and outdoor zoo animals, things like that are outside all the time and they're still wild in nature, they're not as adapted to that.
This wild nature creates the markedly different reactions we see between the two types of animals. There is still very little scientific research into eclipse animal behavior due to the rarity of the event. Most of our knowledge comes from reports from citizen scientists like you. So keep your eyes on the skies and on the animals during the eclipse April 8th. For CBS 19, I'm Sarah Blue.
Texas spring is commonly known for its wild weather. Temperature swings from warm to cool, severe storms that can bring damaging winds and hail, but it's also known for its wild flowers. Scattered across the state, these colorful blooms go hand in hand with spring in Texas.
Usually you're going to start seeing them towards the end of March, and they're going to go in, depending on the kind of wildflowers you're talking about, they're going to go straight through then like June.
Andy Rathbone is with the Smith County Master Gardeners, so flowers are her field of expertise.
The first wildflowers you're going to see towards the end of the month and the beginning of April are your drum and phlox. You're going to see your wine cups, Indian paintbrush, and you're going to know the Indian paintbrush because those are those real vivid red things you see out in the field.
Indian paintbrushes, bluebonnets, wine cups, the list goes on. Texas has over 5,000 species of wildflowers, and right here in the Piney Woods, there are some scenic routes that have been recognized as wildflower drives.
Highway 59 between Linden and Atlanta, and Highway 21 between Alto and Nacogdoches. You're going to be just amazed what you see when you start looking for those flowers.
Most wildflowers are just that, wild. They grow wherever they want. But here in Texas, they also get a helping hand.
For those that don't know, TxDOT plays a big role in the wildflowers that you see around Texas. For more than 90 years, A highway department or the state, part of the state has helped with the Wildflower program.
Jeff Williford works for TxDOT, and as a native Texan, he thinks the untamed beauty of our wildflowers is truly special.
It's important for us to keep this alive. I think it's one of the unique things about Texas is all the wildflowers that you see, not just here in East Texas, but across the state.
And TxDOT takes it seriously. Each year, they spread about 30,000 pounds of wildflower seed along more than 800,000 miles of right-of-way.
You'll see us out on the roadways in our right-of-way with tractors. Well, actually, like you're doing your own yard, you'll see the seed being spread around.
Some parts of Texas support wildflowers better than others due to the type of soil. While East Texas soil doesn't support as many wildflowers, there's still a lot of places to enjoy them here in our area.
Now, there are spots here. We're in the Tyler area. I know right here, close to the Cotton Belt building, there's a yard that looks like it's made up entirely of bluebonnets when it's in bloom. It's really cool. The Mineola Library has a lot of wildflowers there that you can check out.
Everyone can enjoy the blooms, but if you do decide to take a closer look at these beauties, be sure to do so in a safe area out of the way of traffic.
To be as safe as you can, make sure there's enough room on the shoulder. Maybe go to a place that is a larger parking lot, something like that, to stay away from moving traffic.
As the weather warms and the buds begin to bloom, take the scenic routes and enjoy the fields of color Texas spring has to offer.